Now, synonymous with the term Gen AI are the LLMs, the large language models that we see evolve almost on a weekly basis. It seems like there's a new iteration or a new language model. Now we're seeing regional language models and of course small language models, and now I guess we're just starting to see industry models, right? Adaptive industry models that have been trained a little bit more specifically. Um, but you have a particular challenge. You know, why is it particularly difficult to train these models to understand time series data and analytics that are at the core of yours and, of course, your industrial customers' process operations?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'll start off by pointing out maybe the obvious, right? When we say LLMs, we oftentimes gloss over what that acronym actually is, but it's large language models. And time series is not language. That's a big part of why it's fairly difficult to wrangle. Is it's not something that's intuitive for human consumption, certainly at the scale that a lot of industrial applications pump out this type of data. So in my mind, you really need to have a set of tooling, a set of analytical capabilities that is much like a human would need, right? The LLM, if you think about that as being at least right now, a maybe more simplistic human, but still a pretty good archetype of a human there, that entity needs the same sort of capabilities that a human needs to be able to wrangle time series data. And you can't just shove in a bunch of time series data and expect to get insights out the other side. There are some companies in the market that claim you can, and you might even be able to for very niche applications when the situation is relatively well understood or well sensed, right? There's enough sensors on it to be able to get to the heart of the problem in a more autonomous fashion. But more often than not, that's simply not the case. Like more often than not, you need to have a human in the loop providing some of that extra context. You need to connect to far more than just time series data. You need the kind of analytics capabilities that Seek provides. I'm clearly biased in this, in terms of getting that data into a form that is human digestible. And if it's human digestible, it's definitely LLM digestible. And I really think it doesn't even need to be all the way to pure human digestible, because humans, I don't know about you, but I need graphics, right? I want graphics. I want charts. I want things that make the results pop off the screen in a at a glance type of fashion. Fortunately, LLMs, they don't need that level. You don't need to take it all the way to the last mile there. You can stop at a table most of the time and then ingest that and then use Gen AI to go that last mile to really pull those insights off the page. So in my mind, the most reductive way of saying it is you need to go from time series data to tabular data, and then you can go from there, right? And Seek is a great tool for doing that, a great platform for doing that, but there are others, and I think that's kind of the domain of how I see Gen AI technologies. And for me, when I throw terms around, when I say generative AI, I'm really talking about that tabular data to users' eyeballs kind of stage of the process. And I'm talking about ML or machine learning when I talk about the time series to tabular side of that process.
Great. That's a great distinction, a nice way to think about it. So thanks for that.